Dude, there's a lot of comments already started, and we hadn't even started yet. So, welcome all to Will and Trigger Live. We are back, dude. We are back. It's been so long. It's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah, running pretty consistently right now. I mean, I think everybody's excited to see Lefty. I am. It's always good talking to Lefty.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought up the guest early on because that was something that I was talking with Lucas about. Like, we need to pump those guests up early in the show so people know in the first minute of what we're doing here.
So glad you brought up.
Whoops. So that they're here. People stay because they want to see him, talk to him, hear what he's got to say. So I'm stoked to have him as well. How you been, my dude?
Did good. Been doing good. I don't know if we talked since. Yeah, we did since TNR, but that was the last time I drove an RC car. I'm definitely itching to make it happen very soon here. I got a fully rebuilt car right behind me that I just finished right before the show. So the first rebuild after a brand new car, everything's kind of settling in and, you're kind of inspecting everything. And man, that car, I must say, little pat on the back, it was built good. Everything looked good, went through it all, and just waiting for the next event that works out in my schedule to go hit.
I haven't driven a scale off-road vehicle or pretty much anything since December.
Jeez Louise, but you're going to drive one this weekend, right? Because it's Pro-Am, baby.
It's Pro-Am week. I'm excited. We're getting ready. So RC Pro-Am this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Lake Waccamaw, North Carolina. I am pumped about that. It's always such a fun event. I'm hoping that the weather's been amazing the last couple weeks. So hopefully it holds true. We don't have horse flies carrying us away and fans blowing us off the driver's stand from the backside. So yeah.
Well, Rad, I hope it's a huge success. It was definitely fun last year from what I remember. It was a great time.
Yeah. We can talk about later what you do remember because I'm not sure you remember much.
Yeah, I had a good time, man. I had a good time. That was more of a vacation than trying to do good on the driver's stand. That's for sure.
Which most racing should be for most people. So you did it right.
Absolutely.
Well, why don't we do our intro, and everyone that's online, why don't you guys share, help us get this thing started, and we will get rocking this thing here right about now.
The following podcast is a group of people who will be talking shit, drinking, using cuss words and living their best lives. The opinions or views expressed do not necessarily reflect the views of their sponsors, supporters or anyone important outside of the four walls of the show. If you are not 18 or older, we suggest talking to your parents about this podcast before watching it and becoming scarred for life. We hope you will enjoy this and not get butthurt or become a keyboard warrior after taking it all in. Thank you for watching and supporting us on our journey.
What is up? We're live.
What?
If you're listening,
I just want to let everyone know Robert is not in the house tonight, and if there is any audio or issues, it's his fault. I definitely didn't do it, and I'm sorry ahead of time, but we hope that he feels better or gets his issues worked out. And
yeah, I'm a little bummed out he didn't put in for a PTO request. We got pretty much a no call, no show.
We have blackout dates, and it's every other Tuesday. So I don't even really know how that happens. But
well, we appreciate everything he does. He does a lot.
Speaking of what he's been doing, how about those shorts, man? Throwing out those Mayfield shorts with Barry the RC guy have been pretty awesome little couple nuggets of fun.
Yeah, Robert does all of those little shorts you guys see, and he definitely slays them. That last one made me laugh for sure.
Laughing out loud, dude. When he sent them to me, he's like, "Do you approve?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude! Just send it."
For sure. Well, before we get too deep in the show, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors and viewers for supporting the show. Title sponsors are One Up Racing, ProMotion, Nitro Pro, and Techno. And our affiliate sponsors, J&T Bearing Co., Get Shit Done Coffee, which is absolutely delicious, by the way, TZO Tires, RC Sign Up, Racecraft USA, RC Box Club, and Beach RC. And we have a new sponsor, man, the YouTube legend, Mark Santa Maria. So MSM Nation has joined the podcast, and we're very excited about that. So thank you, Mark. And yeah, man, I'm really excited for this show. You know, Keenan is a special guest. He's definitely the podfather, legendary dude in RC. And you know, I didn't even know there was RC podcasts back when I was getting into this stuff again, you know, 5 or 6 years ago now. And his podcast was the first one I found, dude. And that was kind of like my thesaurus of RC news and, you know, drama and things that are going on. And I freaking loved it, man. So I've been listening to Keenan for a solid 5 years now straight. You know, I love what he does. I have mad respect, and I can't wait to talk to him on the show for sure.
Well, I am stoked to have Keenan on. It's been about 9 months. I think he replaced you one night. We were supposed to have us all on, and you couldn't make it one night, and he was on. We had a little chat. Didn't last forever. I think it was more of a short show because, you know, you and I are like peanut butter and jelly. It's hard to do a peanut butter and jelly without one or the other, you know. So, but having Keenan on tonight, where we can beat up on him from both sides and see what he's got. I'm excited to see what he throws at us, and I'm sure he's going to drop immense amount of knowledge on us that we're just kind of like salivating to hear. So I'm stoked to bring him in as well.
Yes, for sure. And good news is everybody knows who he is, you know, everything about him and everything like that. So we could cut straight to the where you been, how'd you get into RC, all of that shit, and just go straight into what's happening in RC right now.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
speaking of what's happening in RC, did you happen to see any of this little Lone Star Challenge thing that went on last weekend?
I did. You know, I'm gonna turn my fan down. I got a ceiling fan, and it's like cut nice. You know what I mean? It's kind of chilly in here. So
yeah.
I'm gonna turn this thing down. I usually like a little wind blowing on me just for airflow. But yes, I definitely watched the Lone Star just a little bit. It was Memorial weekend, so I was mainly partaking in one of my favorite pastimes, which is ice cold cooler full of beer, barbecuing, you know, all that good stuff that you're supposed to do on Memorial weekend to remember our fallen members of service. And yeah, I did it. I definitely did it every day. And it was awesome.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. But I did watch, I was wrenching in the morning on Saturday morning, I believe. I cracked my car apart and started going through it. And I caught the E-Buggy A2 main. I only saw 2 mains. I saw the E-Buggy A2 main and I saw the Pro Nitro Buggy A main, like half the last 10 minutes or so when I turned it on, when I was like, oh shit, probably Pro Nitro Buggy time. So E-Buggy A2 main was absolutely gnarly. Like, it was one of the craziest mains I've seen out of the pros in a really long time. I mean, just from the first lap, I think 3/4 of the field crashed or got into some melee. So it was pretty gnarly. Adam Drake just got kicked off, like on the first lap, got kicked off to the wrong side of the road, was going up the back side of the lip on the big jump they had in the middle. And I'm pretty sure it was Dakota and them met right at the peak. And Adam did quintuple Lindy off of that hit. I mean, they showed an instant replay and everything with Mod filming that. It was gnarly, dude. It was gnarly, but yeah, it was a good E-Buggy main, and then just caught like I said, the tail end of the Pro Nitro Buggy main, where it looked like Dakota just kind of ran away with that one. So good stuff. How about you? Did you get it at all?
Well, I was during the Buggy main event, I was busy with something. So I checked in here and there throughout the day. Definitely got some feedback when it was all said and done. Looks like Dakota went down there, did Dakota things, winning both the. Did he win e-buggy too? I don't even know who won e-buggy. But winning Nitro Truggy, winning Nitro Buggy. Let me look here. Pro Nitro Buggy, Electric. Oh, Mayfield.
I think Mayfield ended up taking that one.
Yep, Mayfield got that one. Seth Van Dalen second. Dakota Finn third. B Rose in fourth, and Wiggins in fifth in the e-buggy. Look like all those names were pretty much up in the top 5 throughout all the pro classes. Mason Fuller was third or fourth in the pro buggy. Seth Van Dalen with some strong runs, second in both buggies and third in truggy. So Seth showing some speed. I will say Ultimate Racing Engines 1 and 2 in buggy, 1 and 3 in truggy. I'm pretty stoked about the progress and where we're at with the new version of the MXR. But yeah, man, I mean, S-Works did really well. I'm stoked for my teams, the people that were down there. I hope it translates to some big runs at nationals in a couple weeks. So I'm really excited to get down there, get boots on the ground. And I got some a little bit of newsy news. I will be on site doing podcasts from Nats this year in Thornhill. So looking forward to like doing some regular podcasting with the boys there daily. And more news. I'm tugging Lucas with me, and we're doing a documentary of this year's Nats. So I'm really stoked about that. And wait, there's more. That's just going to lead into the documentary of the Worlds next year at Thornhill. So we've been doing a lot of planning. I'm going to put some boots on the ground. Going to get some good footy and have some fun. So stoked about what's happening right now. Stoked about the progress of the race in there. So looks like it's going to be a great event for sure. I mean, the facility's amazing. So now it's just time for the racers to show up and put on an event.
Yeah, for sure. Thornhill looked so sick. The layout looked really fun. I liked how there was a big middle feature that was a triple in nitro and a quad and electric, but it was pretty smooth. It was kind of like a dragon back kind of thing that it looked like. And I thought that was pretty cool that those guys could really send it with the e-buggies, like max send. There was like a do or die double right off the straight that was just like, it looked like it was just do or die, like it just had a wall if you didn't make it, and it looked like a pretty short landing. So took some definite skill to hit that, and everybody looked really fast and really good. So nationals should be pretty sick. Yeah, everybody was ripping. Seth Van Dalen definitely looked like on point. He looked like one of the fastest cars there, even though he didn't win. He looked like he could catch the top guys and run with them and pass them. I saw him pass Mayfield in e-buggy in that e-buggy main. So, he's definitely on point. He's got some confidence. So stoked for him. Hopefully he does good at Nats.
Yeah, he's been a man on a mission too. And Camden Lime showed a lot of speed in that nitro buggy main event. I think that there's gonna be
and Hickert went fifth in truggy. So
yeah. And I was actually surprised
really good mains.
He had to bump out of the B. Spencer's really been on point this year. His program is tits. He's really working well with that techno team. He's easy to get along with, I know from experience. So as long as he's got the right people in his corner, he's got the talent. So I'm stoked for him. But I really think this is going to be a competitive Nats this year. I think it's going to be a really good one. I'm really excited about it. Looking forward to getting down there, man. I'm really excited about this year.
Yes, it's good to see, the usual suspects up on top of the podium where they should be, and then it rotates between that 4, 5, or top 10. It rotates so much with these guys.
Yeah. What happened this last weekend also that really bummed me out, but in the same token, like, I sympathize, but I know what it feels like, and I just like strap those boots up, man. Chris Morant and his wife, and having the Nitro Mania rained out and moved. It's a good example for people out there who want to do this. I mean, Chris doesn't own a track. This is his first attempt at putting on something really cool, mega. And when you watch his video when he was postponing the race, if anybody watched this, you could tell how bummed how upset he was that it was happening, because they had put so much time and effort into that race, him and his wife. And I'm bummed for him, but I'm excited for him because he's a resilient dude. Like when he was talking about the reason that he picked the date and everything, he put everything into consideration, all the tracks that he was trying to work with, every aspect that he possibly could to just make sure this race gets put on. And anytime you're dealing with an outdoor event, you're always fighting weather. It doesn't matter where you are. Maybe in LA, you might have the best chance, or somewhere in the Southwest there. But man, I felt so terrible watching that, but so stoked for him because I know that he's just going to pick himself up. Him and his wife are going to put on a rad event. I wish I could be there. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be at, but I hope they pack that place and have a great event. The graphics and the trophies and everything, I got to tell you, like some of the coolest looking, most bright and vibrant trophies and graphics for driver stands and stuff like that I've seen in a long time. Very well done. So I wish him all the luck. And that's on, I think he moved that to the weekend before Nats, or the weekend that everyone's getting to Nats. So I know that's going to hurt him a little bit on the pro side of things, but not everybody goes to Nats. So if you're not going to Nats and you're in that area, go support that race, build it up. Looks like that could be an awesome annual event, and they've put a lot of work into it. So I'd like to see it do well.
Righteous. Well, before we bring in Lefty, which is the time's coming up here right now, suppose, yes, definitely.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Can we play the 1-Up commercial or any of the other commercials while I go to the other room for a second, the water closet? I didn't prepare properly for the first part of this show.
Go figure.
If you don't mind.
Here we go.
Hey, it's Randy from 1-Up Racing, and I've got a new release that you're going to love. My new lockdown wheel nuts in 7075 aluminum. Based on the lightweight design from their titanium counterparts, these beauties are my lightest wheel nuts yet, weighing under 1.8 grams for a set of 4. The serrations are real. These are individually cut by CNC and meant to grip like hell. Tighten until they feel snug and you're good to go. These are my 3rd generation of lockdown wheel nuts, and I've got to say they're the best looking to date. You're going to love them. Pick one up for every build.
Techno RC. Techno RC is a championship-winning manufacturer of high-performance A-scale, 10-scale, nitro, and electric RC buggies and trucks. With a worldwide dealer network, USA and Europe-based headquarters, comprehensive warranty program, and global race support, Techno RC is excellence in RC. View the full lineup of Techno RC race-proven vehicles by visiting www.technorc.com.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All
Right on. Thanks, guys, for the sweet commercials. And if Robert was here, we'd probably get a drum roll.
Hey.
What's up?
What
Lefty.
is up, Lefty?
The
How you
great.
doing?
Doing
How you
great.
guys
You know,
doing?
just the sight of you gets me so excited. I have to dive in my cooler and grab a beer.
You know, I'm drinking a beer too.
Let's see it. Oh yeah.
Presidente.
El
good beer.
Presidente.
Nice.
Cheers.
Tall boy.
Yeah, it's
Those
about
are the
that
best.
much beer, I guess. As much as one of them pints. Them big pints.
Yeah. This is 24 ounces as a tall boy.
Yeah, this
What do
is
you got there?
fuck. I don't know. It's big. It's it's the second biggest beer.
Nice.
So there we go.
So, man, how the hell are you? What are you doing? I seen some video of you. You're playing with Hot Wheels,
Power Wheels.
Power Wheels.
Yeah. So actually that's what I was doing this afternoon. So my buddy came over, Joba. He's my guy. He's into RC. And we put some faster motors and stuff in my daughter's Dune Racer Power Wheels.
Hell yeah.
So one of the sponsors and a good friend of mine, Alan Placer. It's his birthday today too. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Alan.
Yeah, you know Alan. That's his business, ML Toys.
Okay.
And I remember when I was like, dude, is this your like full-time business? And he was like, yeah. And then he told me how much, like he was like, yeah, I made this much money. I was like, oh, whoa. Like, you know, I didn't realize that modifying, and it was his full-time business. And I was just like, wow. And yeah, what started that? So shameless plug. I need to get
Yeah,
that,
for sure.
dude. It's hard starting something all over again in an industry that I'm new to.
Yeah, and I bet
So-
when he told you, it was kind of like when you tell people that you do RC stuff for a living. You're just like, they're like, what?
Yeah,
Really?
but it's hard even starting the whole thing, whole YouTube channel, social media, learning about that stuff, right? And so this is a kit that he sells, and it's like different gearboxes and motors, and then we made it to 24 volts. So my buddy came over, we spent the afternoon putting that in, and then I've just been just editing since I'm in home and recording, doing a lot of editing, recording. I have to record 2 times tomorrow. I've just been busy, because I was on the road for 5 weeks and
Yeah.
I didn't really get a chance to record or anything like that. So when I get home, I kind of have to just hit the ground running, and in that time, try to enjoy myself
And
spend
that's
some
cool
time with my
to
kids.
find a rad hobby with your daughter too. I mean, I'm sure that's going to be fun as hell. And
Yeah,
I've
she's
seen
coming
them-
over to test it out. Her probably this weekend, so she's got to test it out. But dude, they have drag races and all this stuff for it.
Yeah,
And they
I've
do
seen it.
Drag races. I've seen.
they
them
do the
on-
drag races alongside real drag races,
Wow.
Oh, nice.
right? And a lot of them. And then like the guy Asian and Farm Truck from the Outlaws, they're all into it with this guy Alex Teeter that I've had on there. There's a whole there's a whole freaking industry involved in that stuff.
Yeah, that's cool because at the drag races, you could have your kid there instead of being bored or running amok. You have them racing little mini drag cars. That's sweet.
They got these little things. They're doing like 30 miles an hour.
Oh, shit.
Electric with brakes and all that stuff. So,
dude, it's amazing what people can think of and make. I am so stoked that people are making money off of that. To be 100% honest, I love shit like this. I love it. It's because,
but I'm sorry, it's similar to RC because it has a bashing side, and that's where that's where a lot of the money is, because it's like the average dad, like, yeah, I want to set up to my kids' Power Wheels, put some lights, make it faster, and then the racing side's like where the R&D comes out of.
unbelievable.
Right.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
I've seen
kids' Power Wheels are faster than yours. Like,
Right,
pretty much.
neighborhood dad, like the drama.
So what are those things running on? Like those gnarly like electric lawnmower battery type things that just click in,
people
like
run
at
them
your
on
wall?
that too.
Yeah,
they
but
run them on
what
those
are
type
they-
of batteries.
What are they
But-
using for like the drag ones? Like a small like personal watercraft
I think
battery
sometimes
or a
using
full battery?
lipos and stuff like that too,
Yeah, they are.
like what we use in our cars.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
It's
so
wild. Man.
Nice.
it's crazy, but it's pretty cool and branching out into that. But please go over to hit that sub button. Let me get to 100 subs. Jesus, that's been so hard.
Well,
But-
what's the YouTube that you have?
It's
what's
called
it called?
Power Wheels Podcast.
Power Wheels Podcast,
Mm-hmm.
PWP.
Is that Power Wheels Podcast? Is it like at Power Wheels Podcast?
Yeah, I believe it's something like that. But it's starting from scratch. I just haven't really been, between the NNRC, the traveling, and then getting involved in this. It's like, man, I'm going so many places. I'm trying to find time to do things. So,
Well,
Hey.
thanks for splitting up your schedule to hop in with us for a little while. Appreciate it, man.
I appreciate being on with. I was on with Brent last time. It's good to be on with you as well. You guys are doing a great job as well with Wheel and Trigger. Best Ryan Mayfield interview ever.
It was so good, dude.
Thank you,
Best
man.
one.
Was
Yeah,
that just
I-
because of our caller that called in and started talking
No,
about
I'm
the
sorry.
ratio,
I'm
or-
sorry. I'm sorry. I meant to say the one he did with Brent. No, I didn't
Oh,
get a chance to listen to the last one. I'm
No,
sorry.
dude.
I'm sorry. But the one that Brent did, like the standalone, was the best Ryan Mayfield podcast ever.
I appreciate
awesome.
that. When we had him on a month ago, he was really good. But we had this caller. I don't know if you've seen the short yet, and you've probably heard him a couple times because he's called in a few times. His name's Barry, the RC guy.
Oh,
He's a trip, dude. You're gonna have to pick up where you left off because
Yeah, well, he was asking Mayfield what the exact proper ratio is for track time versus beers, or racing versus beers, because he seems to have it nailed.
Mayfield commented, "There's not a spot on the setup sheet for that yet." So we're lobbying for Danny to put on a spot for how many Coors Lights per minute or hours of the day at a racetrack.
Yeah,
Mayfield's freaking like amazing. Guys like almost 40 and still fast. People's like, why? I was having this conversation her the other day. They're like, oh, you know what's going on with Mayfield? I said the dude's almost 40 and got 2 kids. That's what's going on with him. You know, and he's got all these fast kids coming.
yeah.
You know,
And he's still winning.
yeah. I mean, he's just not winning like he was winning when he was running other cars, or like he was when he was younger. He's not, you know, he's kind of at a point where he's just if it's a wins there, he's gonna get it. You know,
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
it's there, he's
absolutely.
gonna get it. If not, he's gonna settle for what he has. So it's getting hard out there for these guys, man.
The parody's
hard out
good
there.
though. The parody's good. Having different chassis win, different drivers win, different
Absolutely.
tires and motors. Like it's good for the business. It's good for everybody. Of course, there's some favorites out there. Mayfield's definitely got to be the people's favorite at this point to win. But man, Dakota, you got Mason, B Rose, Seth's killing it. Like
Wiggins is always up there.
I would say that Mason Fuller's win at Silver State kind of just. I know he didn't have the best Lone Star, which was like a Raw Nats thing, but you know I'm a big Fuller fan, and I think that just gives him the confidence to go on. But you can see that race, that win started at DNC, right? Because he had a good DNC, he had a very good PMB, and then it all came together for him at Silver State. So very good. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. And then of course we're starting to get more of the Europeans coming over, right? So that's fun.
Yeah.
And
Makes it way fun.
Yeah, they're supposed to come for Wicked Weekend. So
yeah,
that's going to be good.
Tanas jumping in more races. It's definitely getting exciting.
Dude, that guy's
he's insane.
He's
so good.
Working hard. That guy's racing every weekend, you know, somewhere he's racing. And he's fucking fast. Like people don't understand how fast that guy is.
He's magical. And when you see him next to the American racers, you could definitely see the different styles of how the Europeans drive versus the American guys. You know,
it takes him like a race or a year to figure it out, and then he comes over and I mean he's won Nitro Buggy at Silver State last year, and then won AMS. You know, dudes, and then he's like a favorite to be a 3-time European champion because it's on being in Portugal. Then we have the E-Buggy World Championship coming up, which I hope Americans go to. I know not all, a few aren't going because it's kind of close to the 10 scale worlds, but somebody's going to be the first E-Buggy World Champion. It's like a legitimate. I'm reading one of the comments. So it's a lot going on, but right now, you know what's been hot? 10 scale racing's been hot. That's
why I left that up. I'm sorry I left that up so long. I apologize. Go ahead.
No, there's another comment down there that's awesome by Anobot.
Oh, you guys are looking at YouTube, huh?
Yeah. Well, you can see all the comments on her.
Yeah, the one just popped up.
He's
on
talking
Facebook
about this
is
one.
from the Anobot.
He said, "Buy Randy's nuts" after we rolled this commercial.
No, there's another one.
Oh,
down at the bottom of
the other one's funny.
Let's see it.
Lefty, are you responsible for JQ's gay ass hair highlights? You did that, huh? His head looks burnt. I don't know, JQ and his hair. Hey, JQ gave you a big compliment, Chase.
Me?
Yes.
Like, wow, I didn't hear it.
You should probably write that down. It wasn't. I didn't catch it on camera.
Oh, okay.
He said
it didn't happen.
He said that your 8-scale short course truck could be the next good thing in RC, but it can't have a pro class. And it has to. That's what he said. That's what he said. And I was shocked that he said that because, you know, he's not all about trucks and all that stuff.
Oh,
but
he's
I like
all
that.
about a truggy now. Come on.
He is. Well, it's about time.
It's about time. Sorry, this is hard with 3 of us, huh?
I know. Sorry, let me shush.
We're all good. We're all good. Now, listening to your last podcast, it seems like he's softening up to the e-buggy and the truggy and, all that good stuff. So maybe he's turned, maybe I'm stoked that he's stoked on that truck behind me, because it sure is fun as shit to drive. It is so awesome,
I've been calling for a scale short course since minimum of Chico. I think that it could be the greatest thing to hit in the longest time. They look cool. I'm sure they're fun to drive, and it's totally different than the buggies, man. Like, let's go. Let's do a scale short course, people. Let's go.
Absolutely. It is awesome. It's super fun. Because a
I
lot
like
of people, their first RC that they got when they got into it was probably 90% a Traxxas Slash. If y'all, I mean, recently, once the Slash came out, a lot of first RC purchases were Slashes. Am I wrong? I could be wrong, but they get that, then they figure out that there's a whole racing side to this, and then they're like, oh, well, I'm going to get an e-buggy, I'm going to get a nitro buggy, I'm going to get a truggy, But I think a lot of the firsts were Slashes in this latest generation.
Yeah,
Slash came out with that Max Slash, which is basically like a 6 or a 7 scale, Slash, and just the scale of it is pretty much perfect. But anything in that realm, right? What Chase has back there, that Max Slash, like anything in that size is perfect for A scale tracks right now. And I would love to see electric and nitro versions. I think they would be just like, I think Chase, you either said it when we were talking with Tebow, or we heard, or somebody said it, but the tires have to remain a certain kind of tire. If you can keep the tires realistic based off of realism somehow, and the manufacturers had to follow it so that you couldn't just get max traction all over the place. I think that's really important. Make these things as real as possible, if possible. But yeah, there's definitely got to be some guidelines laid out if someone's going to come out and make this a thing.
Yeah, that's what makes it cool, right? It looks real.
Right.
And, I don't know what tires you ended up on, but I thought it looked cool with the 7 scale tires on it.
It definitely looked way cooler than the ones I have on it now. Those are the 10 scale version of the exact 7 scale ones. It looked way cooler with the big tires. It almost looked like a full-blown trophy truck. But these ones are just a little bit smaller. They're right in between a buggy and a truggy tire as far as outside diameter, But those bigger ones, when the traction, because these tires actually work really freaking good. It's not maximum traction or whatever for wherever you're at, but it's good enough to hit the lines, hit all the jumps. You're not doing donuts or doing weird stuff. You can drive it like a normal e-buggy. It's just a little different. You know what I mean? But those bigger, taller tires, I think when they would catch a bump or some grip in a turn, they would want to make the truck flip over. Really, because they had so much sidewall. I think it would fold over and just grab and make the truck want to flip. So with these tires, with them being just a little bit more bigger than buggy, a little bit less sidewall, you're getting closer to a e-buggy ride height. You know what I mean? You're getting closer to where the car's meant to be driven at as far as ride height, because the tire's not so tall. So everything kind of works good, because with those big ass tires, now your ride height is lifted up so much and your center of gravity is lifted up so much. And if you try to lower it down, now your arms are way unlevel. Like, everything's just kind of wrong as far as it working, as far as performance. So you guys are both smiling like I'm.
Because you've been geeking out on this. You've been inside.
Dude, I love it. I love it.
It's smiling because of you. I'm smiling because of this comment. I love what it's doing. It's bringing out the best in everybody. I disagree a little bit with Kurt, but I love his enthusiasm, because I'm fully on board with what he's saying. I don't think Truggy's dumb. I think there's a place for it. I enjoy driving a Truggy. I don't drive them hardly ever. Once a year, like in 2 weeks. But SET is way cooler, man. It just is. It just makes the realism and the door banging just so much more fun on all levels. So we have to make this a thing as a group of people. I mean, the manufacturers are going to listen when they see, if somebody, let's just say Techno, you guys have all the Techno guys working on it. We know Techno has the secret sauce to drop an SET. They are the 4-wheel drive SET, always have been the 4-wheel drive SET. if they drop an A scale, it's not if Techno drops an A scale, who is the next brand to drop a purpose-built A scale short course? That's the question, because Techno built that mini truggy class and other people have tried to get in, but 10 scale doesn't sell like A scale.
Yeah, if I had to call it, I would say Associated.
Have we seen any?
They've done it already.
They have.
What do you think, Lefty?
Yeah, come on.
I'm like in slowest, fastest response, not TLR.
I'm with you on
Probably
that one.
not. Probably not.
We won't see. TLR will drop an A scale SET if the fad is about to die. They'll come in right when it's too late.
We'll see.
I don't know. They've had some pretty cool drops. I mean, they dropped that motorcycle. They dropped that cool oval sprint car. You know,
We killed the motorcycle before it ever got going. That was
What's
on
that?
them
how'd they do that?
by not having anything.
Not
available.
having any in stock.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, it was a
Yeah, that
terrible,
wasn't-
terrible. I mean, they could have had the industry buy the nads, and they bombed. They bombed it. It was a terrible release. Great, one of the greatest products in our generation to be dropped, and they bombed it.
They did do that. They did do that, amongst many other things. But you know what? Somebody said that they'd probably have a short course truck because they have all the armor stuff. They'd make like a TLR tuned
Yeah,
Mojave or
For
whatever
sure.
it's called.
Yeah,
for sure.
or the Typhon.
Yeah,
They do the
But
TLR
like,
Typhon.
Dude, there's
Yeah,
cars at
hold out.
races
Mm-hmm.
doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Those are
guys
sick.
are getting them and winning with them.
I
at
bet you
races.
that J-Tow e-buggy looking thing.
Yeah.
I bet that does really good too. I've
The
seen
new
it at the
rate-
hobby shop. It looks pretty good.
Dude,
They're basically a scale buggy with a slash style pan.
Yeah.
dude, but the Typhons, they work. Like the just the TLR tune ones. I've seen quite a lot of them at races. Sportsman e-buggy, they do good. It's a good beginner kit.
It's a great way
Ouch.
to look at.
Gary K.
That's a good way to look at how that dropped because that's exactly how it looked for sure.
So what's up? You have questions for me?
No, I just wanted to wrap around with you, man. You know, you got so much going on. You're so freaking busy doing Elite and doing everything. Man, now Power Wheels? I mean, come on.
I know.
GI Joes, Power Wheels, boats, crawlers.
I got into mini crawlers on this last trip, thanks to Tony Padashow.
Dude, mini crawlers are awesome.
Mini crawlers are the best crawlers for sure.
They're so cheap.
Yeah,
But
I know.
they're
You
expensive.
can do them
dude.
everywhere. You can do
Yeah,
them in
but
your house, you can do them outside.
Yeah, they're pretty fun. So I
do 'em
like
on-
RC. I like all RC, to be honest.
Yeah,
That's the coolest thing about this hobby is if you like RC, you should have something in every segment of it because it's all freaking fun. If you like
I know.
RC, you're gonna love boats. You're gonna love crawlers.
Thank you.
Drag
Finish my-
cars, I don't know.
I didn't get
That's tough for me. They
That's
look cool. I wouldn't mind one on the shelf, but going out and dedicating days and time to try and get good at that.
well, that's the good thing about drag cars. You don't have to dedicate a bunch of days and time. You can just go out and you're done in 4 hours instead of 4 days.
Yeah, but that's fizzled out. That whole drag scene
No,
fizzled out.
it's that fad. You want to know why it fizzled out? You probably know.
Yeah, because it got too much money involved in it.
They killed it.
Yes, of course.
Same thing on road and oval has done for the industry's lifetime. You jump in and somebody doesn't like it and think they, like, oh yeah, we know you can go faster if you're prepping your no prep tires. We know that. The point of it is it's not supposed to be that, or whatever the rules were. The fact that these dudes were popping $200 speed controls every run is insane to me.
Or $3,000 subs 2-second cars. Like,
Yeah. And
So
one
money-
crash and it's gone. The
Yeah,
car
it
was
did.
disintegrated.
but it was fun. It looked real, and then it looked scale, and then everybody kind of went to that Corvette body, and nobody was using the other bodies, and it just kind of like all became about how you can go all fast, and it just kind of went from what it was supposed to be. Oh, what's up, Chase? He goes, well, you read it. Lefty.
Lefty, why was the guy telling you need to stay in your effing lane? What's the inside scoop? Who is that dude?
That is the infamous JQ.
Oh, is it?
Yes, the infamous JQ. He's
I'm
actually very smart. But
Very.
JQ wants me to he's like, you need to get back to doing more of this stuff, like kind of what Max and I did at the Worlds. And
the on-track interviews and all that.
Yeah, like
stuff.
the inside.
Yeah, you guys
stuff.
were good at that. Yeah.
You guys have great world coverage. Great.
Yeah, but that's that kind of can only be done at those type of races, right?
Right.
Where you
Yeah,
can get
like
the
kind of
funding for it.
When I joined your team with Elite at the Florida Carpet Championships, and we're walking around doing that kind of stuff. Fun.
Yeah, but this is more like getting more in depth. You know what I mean? Like, you know how Max gets into science where he does that. I just kind of let him have the keys to the bus, to the car at the Worlds. But he's like, he wants to like, you need to do it at more races. And I'm like, well, I just don't, I like what I do with Elite too, you know? So it's just kind of, I like that type of stuff. And it's a lot of work. Like at the Worlds, I didn't hang out one night. No. I was busy. I went to sleep 1 o'clock every night. Doing that stuff.
It's a crazy amount of work.
The night you sat with me and did your podcast, or did the wrap up with me, Max stood there and just like looked at us. Like, when are you leaving? When are we going home?
Dude, he fell asleep with his laptop on his chest, snoring. Okay. Then we have to go get vegan food because he doesn't eat none of that stuff, so it has to be vegan. Man, it was late nights in Spain. It's fun. I like that type of stuff, and I like getting on the inside scoops. I still get inside scoops when I'm at these races, but it kind of has to be it kind of has to be at least paid for and everything paid for. And it's like, I want to go to that race. Like, I want to go to the Worlds next year, right? So I'll go out and get money for that to go to Thornhill. I would have went to the Nationals this year, but dude, I've kind of been on the road. I wanted to spend some time home. You know, I have kids and they're growing up and I'm not home. Yep. So
way more important.
So we kind of planned it this way. I mean, I wasn't planning on spending 5 weeks in the States, but it kind of happened. But this year was kind of taking a step back, coming to, kind of combining races and stuff like that. But yeah, what we've been doing with Elite's been awesome. I like that. I enjoy it. We have a good team there. Lance put together a good team. And we have a lot of fun. There's RC sign up. Bobby, he does all that action cam stuff. He's like, oh, that's so cool. He'd be out there talking on the mic. And it's like, oh, let's go over here. I'm going to go over here and do this and do that and do this type of stuff. And he wants to do this. And we have a great group of guys. Like, Danny Paz is super intelligent and smart and artistic.
Yes. And he's awesome. He
does the work of 10 people.
Yeah.
For one week out of the year, I get to work for Danny Paz, and he gets me working. So you got to do that all the time. You guys are busy, dude. It's not.
And Lance is busy. Like, he don't stop.
Nope.
And so it's like we went for 5 weeks, but I enjoy it. And when we go to these races, when people come up and like, hey, my girl is to get an interview from you this week, because I don't think everybody should be getting interviews.
I agree with you.
You have to earn an interview. You have to DQ, bump up, do something awesome.
Yeah.
So that's something that I think it's like you have to earn. So, and people enjoy it, what we do. And I think I enjoy it. And it's a lot of work, right? It's a lot of work on the backside of things and all the travel and packing up and loading up. Because, dude, we bring a lot. Wow, Jesus, we bring everything to races.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then driving.
Lots.
Right? All the driving and everything. Yeah, it's wild.
Dude, we drove to freaking Michigan. We drove from Georgia past like everywhere we're going to go right back. So we drove all the way to Lake City, just to drive right back like 12 hours that whole way to go all the way up to Michigan. So it's a lot of, and you also get to mingle with the people that support me through the podcast, get to meet a lot of people. That's why I try to, the days before the race, enjoy my time with people, because once I get in the booth, you can't really be out and around them.
Right.
So because you're busy, I'm busy doing that, and but I enjoy my times and getting to meet people, talk to people.
That's the best part.
Yeah,
that's the
and
gravy
the
of your
social
job.
aspect, the
Yeah.
people, like the people at RC, that's the people who make this happen, right? They make the elite stuff happen. You know, they make all the stuff happen. So I enjoy my time with them. Toilet talk. That's me and Chris Harris. That was at this year actually. So what's up, Josie? How you doing? So it's a lot of fun doing the elite stuff. I got to race this last which was fun. It's fun to race. I suck. Really, I do. I suck. But I'm gonna beat Nanny Paz.
Yeah.
What's the score? Because you guys had another race.
It's 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. Well, actually, it's 2-1. No,
Okay.
it's 1-0 because he forfeited. So I won.
How did he not race at all? He just
Oh,
forfeited?
he saw my pace. He got scared.
Oh, okay.
You know, two-wheel drive short course truck. That was flying. Patrick's truck was good.
Patrick's stuff's always good.
His truck was good. His short course truck's really good. But we have a lot of fun, you know, and we spend a lot of time together, and we all kind of like the conversations that we have are like, how can we do things better? What can we do here? What little thing can we do like this? How can I do this? It's like, it's always constantly thinking about how things can be done better. And then I know, this is like, I know when Danny passes thinking, he starts moving his fingers like, I got it, Lefty. He'll do this. And he tells me something. I don't know what he's talking about. Then I'm like, all right, break it down into where I can understand it, Danny. And then he breaks it down. Then we run it by Lance. And then I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Everybody has input. Like everybody has ideas in that whole team and puts it together. I mean, it's fun. It's fun. We enjoy it. It's a lot of work, but it's fun.
It's the Rat Pack.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
Well,
you got Gene on the camera all day.
That's a lot of work.
Speaking of all
just
that
going
work,
all day long. And then you got Danny in the headpiece. Follow this guy. Follow it in his accent. Follow this man. Follow. He's in the lead. Get him now. Get him now. You know.
nice.
It's good, dude. It's great. And what you guys are doing is insane. And the finished product that shows up on TV is, man, there should be a whole show on what goes on behind the scenes. You know.
Yeah, we probably should vlog that stuff. It's jokes, fun. You know, Lance treats us good too. He takes us out. We try to do something on these trips. He's treated me well. I got to go to Indianapolis last year for my first NASCAR race. That was fun. You know,
I thought Danny was going to get his head cut off, or at least beat down by Lance last weekend. They were moving some scaffolding, and that's a story for another day. But I thought Lance just said, "Fuck it, I'll just carry it myself." And Danny was looking at him like, "I tried," you know. It's like one of those things. But you know, hey,
you just got to get out of the way when he wants to do something.
A little bit of work, a lot of fun. So, when is the next race? You just said that you're not going to nationals, which honestly really surprises me. So, are you coming to Wicked? Is that your next race? Or?
Yeah, I'm coming to Wicked.
Wicked.
I'm supposed to go to Portugal for the Euros, but I'm just waiting for Joao and those guys to confirm it, and so we'll see. Which I'm cool with because I've never been to a Euros, so
that sounds.
And
fun.
it's a beautiful. Barcelos is beautiful. I've been there twice. I like it. It's cheap. They have good beer. It's cheap. Good food. Good food.
I love food over there.
Yeah.
Oh man. So, what is your predictions? Like you kind of touched on a little bit, but what are your predictions for Nats this year?
So you want me to go? I think Mason Fuller wins it, but dude, man, it's gonna be hard to beat Fend. To be honest.
Dude, on the smooth, he's rips. His car looked really good at Thornhill, and he was unbeatable in Nitro Buggy. So I think on the smooth stuff, he looks pretty dangerous. Dangerous.
Dakota looks dangerous everywhere, to be honest. Yeah. I don't care what anybody says. That guy can drive anywhere. I think we can't really take. I don't know, like, is it a warm-up race or was it a race? Because sometimes people will say it was just a warm-up race.
The
I didn't
Lone
care.
Star is annual.
Yeah, I know that. So, but are they kind of quoted as a warm-up race to an extent, right? So let's say it's the warm-up race. I don't know. It's gonna be about the same temperature. It was very hot. I heard that was the big issue for a lot of people. It was very hot.
Did you see that dude's race
Yes.
report?
Oh no.
There was a funny race report just saying that it radiated heat hotter than a woman on her cycle. It was so good. I remember that. Did you see that, Brent?
I did not, but
I was scrolling just a little
seeing
bit. It was pretty funny, dude. It was a pretty funny race report.
Also, these guys have got to manage 4 classes, right? Because most of them are going to be running 4 classes.
No, because they'll be done by Thursday, and then it's all nitro buggy after that. So they do have to get it all done. So that brings up a great topic. I'd love to know your take on this, because obviously there's tons of opinions and nobody knows what's actually going to be the case this year. Like, everyone's got an opinion because they want to oppose it or they think they could do it better. Aurora's laid out some guidelines or a schedule that they felt was going to be best to not only get an electric nationals in, but also save the racer and the teams a whole week of expensive travel and racing instead of doing it. And so there's been kickback, and there's also been a lot of support. And I don't know if anybody realizes this, a lot of support from the pro side. Some of them are hesitant. I've had questions from some of the
So
guys.
how's the schedule? How
So-
it works?
So don't quote me on the days, but it's like Sunday is practice. It basically, the first 3 days is all the electric. They get the seating, the qualifiers, the heats in practice, 3 or 4 days from Sunday till Wednesday or something like that. It's all electric. They get it done. I think they finish up Nitro Truggy. It's actually got Nitro Truggy. So both the electric classes and Nitro Truggy. The Truggy races and the A mains are on Thursday, and then they seed buggy on Thursday. They do qualifiers Friday, qualifiers Saturday, lower main Saturday, and then mains on Sunday. So I think that there are some challenges linked into this, because without having Truggy mixed in the ladder mains, it is going to cause a little bit of delays, because people are going to have to get stuff prepped and ready after running and stuff like that. But it does focus the whole rest of the weekend on just buggy, which is kind of nice. We haven't seen that in a long time.
So there was no consideration to do it like how Joey does it at DNC?
There was definitely consideration, but you can't consider his racing with ladder mains. It changes everything.
So they're from Sunday till Sunday then.
1 week versus almost two weeks. If you
have to do the E-Nats. Yeah, I always thought that combining them was the best way to do it, because the E-Nats always gets a week. Doesn't have really got a big turnout, right? So combine it, get it done, and especially with the way E-Truck is getting so big, right? It's like, I know people are not going to like this, but it's only a matter of time where Nitro Truck is going to be at the dinosaur. Like, I hate to say that, but I think it is, because you're seeing less and less at these races, and E-Truck is just filling that gap, right? Because it's easier.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be the more important class at some point, because there'll probably be a Worlds for it at some point. So we'll see what happens with that. But I'm cool with that. I think that's cool, because you're running those classes. I'm fine with that. It's a week. You save a week if you was going to attend both. So I think they're cool with that.
And then once short course breaks on the scene, man,
you gotta get rid of some shit.
Well, they had 4x4 short course, but not enough show up.
Yeah, but that's not 8 scale 4x4 short course. It's 10 scale.
Ooh, that's correct.
Yeah. Now there's one that can haul ass like an E-Truggy and drive like a buggy with a big fat body on it. It's going to be sick.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting that some of the guys, that was the schedule was not just talk, a lot of racers and a lot of keyboard warriors out there don't know this, but it wasn't just discussed internally with Roar. It was discussed with all the industry. They had a hand in it. So I'm
fine with it.
They didn't say no. They said, yeah, we like we think this is the right move for this situation. So I know it's different for people that don't do roar races. I mean, let's face it, most of us either do 1 or 2 a year, depending on where they're located and what you run. And the other, all the rest of them are only done by, either the pros or niche drivers, people that only drive on road this or nitro that. I think we have to sit back and let it happen and critique from there, and hopefully Roar gets it right. I mean, the RMT, when they show up, their goal isn't to make everyone's lives miserable. They're just there to enforce the rules. And hopefully, obviously there's technical stuff that has to go properly on Roar side so that everyone is cool with it. But I think that they've got a really good shot this year to do it right and get it right. And I think, it could be the change of how we do A scale nationals every year. And it could change other stuff too, the way other things are done. So
I think they need to go back to 110 scale national too, because I think I just think they're having the two hearts it. I think they need to go back to 110 scale national. Put it on dirt one year, put it on carpet.
I think that's actually being discussed. I'm not too sure, but I know it's been mentioned. I don't know how far that's going to go, but I do think that also that should happen, especially with the popularity of turf and carpet, in the lack of popularity right now in the indoor dirt, or the fact that it's so hard to have indoor dirt tracks.
Very not sustainable.
It's very tough.
Very
Anybody that's got one that's that is still kicking after many years of doing it are people that own the buildings or love what they do, and they've got good landlords, or like I said, they own it, and they have good support from the racers. All those are very important for sustainability in a dirt off-road track.
Absolutely.
Indoor.
I think I had this discussion the other day that we'll see. I think for 10 scale, America needs to adapt kind of like the European semi-permanent tracks. So I remember when I went to Europe, when I was in the UK working, we went out to a Tuesday night race. We go up to Silverstone. You go to the school hall, you roll out the AstroTurf, 4 rolls for a club race, laid on the, it was like fire hose with sand in it or gravel, built the track, 1/4-inch ply jumps, all lightweight. They one group built this rostrum, they call it, driver stand. You had a track in an hour, right?
Yeah.
And if you wanted and then if you helped build it, you didn't have to help tear it down. You had about 40 people there for a race. You got in and out, you club race, and you got done by 9, 10 o'clock and was home. And then they packed it all up. And then if it was a longer race, and maybe a weekend race, they would set it up on Friday, and they could keep it up Friday night, Saturday, and pull it down on Sunday. So I think if we start thinking about doing that type of stuff, we might see an increase in both people racing more and people, because let's be honest, I know carpet's just easier for everybody, right?
Yep.
I want to race on carpet. It's got instant traction, it's clean. You don't really have to chase a tire too much. I know there's people out there that say you do, but I'm not skilled enough to see that. And it's just easier for that beginner person getting into RC, and they can do it, and it's cheaper to an extent. Like you run 21.5, that's pretty cheap. Even if you start getting into stock and you get crazy, it can get expensive. Believe it or not, I'm a stock fan now. Who ever thought that?
Well, I've seen
Brent,
that kind of set up firsthand. The dirt here, that hosts DNC, they tried carpet for a short stint. Unfortunately, the turnouts just weren't what it needed to be to keep trying. But the dude Brian Wright, team manager at High Tech, he had a trailer, right? Big box trailer, and he could keep that whole setup, all the carpet, all the jumps, all the shit in the trailer, and the trailer also dubbed as the driver's stand. So he opened up the trailer, pull all the shit out. He was doing this stuff in parking lots and schools for school demos and things like that. And it could totally work, if you could get the people to follow it. It was fun.
I mean, that's how it's done over in Europe and UK. And not all the tracks, they have permanent tracks there, and people can say what they want, that carpet isn't off-road and this and this, that, and that's on-road jumps, but That's what people like, right? And that's
Extreme
what the goal
off-road.
is.
Extreme on road.
We got to get people into this. So we got to figure out how to make it more viable, make it more racing. That brings on more of a club community type of feel when you have a track like that too. So it gets back to a little bit of grassroots racing, which maybe we all need a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
And,
I don't doubt that.
and people can do it like during the winter, like, in those states that they have snow throughout the winter and there's no places to run. There you go. You have a track, it's I think it's the only way to do it here. And we'll see if it's adapted. That's
a cool way. Like if, somebody wanted to start like a demo team, like at schools, people are always doing like BMX stunt shows or skateboarding stunt shows or things like that, where they can just drop into a school. You could do that with one of those temporary carpet track setups and get a lot of kids into RC that way that have never really seen it at that level. Drop it at a
racing used to do it. Dude, parking lot racing used to get a lot of people into RC on-road racing, like on-road cars that look like on-road cars racing in the parking lot. And people's, hey, look at that. That's cool. Next thing you know, they got cars.
That Hobby Town used to do that all the time in my neighborhood, do parking lot races. They were in a Vaughn's, a big supermarket shopping center, and they would set up on-road track. And man, there'd be all kinds of people just going to get some fucking salami from Vaughn's, just going over to see see what's going on over here, and checking out RC cars. And I sure brought them into the shop to buy an RC car,
Salami from Vaughn's.
I'm glad
I don't know, man. That's what I'm
glad you painted that picture for us. So, okay, check this out, Keenan. We all know that Ryan Cavallari has dabbled in the on-road, right? And he's had some success in the past. And we just talked about how good Dakota is on hard, fast, like slicked off tracks and very grippy. What do you think, like right now, to kind of like Bruno and Rona Folk does, and all those other Europeans that do this? I mean, why now that he's on X-Ray, is Dakota going to start hitting these on-road races?
Probably. He probably don't have no time. He
don't have time on that one.
There's no time to fit in any racing.
He does.
It'd be awesome to see.
Bad, but that dude, I think, could show up and within a little bit of testing and within a couple competitions could be running for wins.
Dude, those on-road guys are fast too. It's a different type of. He would need a very good mechanic. That's what he would need. A very good on-road mechanic, because the cars have to be perfect.
Well, right? X-Ray has that. Like that, they are on-road guys.
It'd be interesting to see. I wouldn't mind seeing it.
I would love to see it.
It would be cool. If on-road was bigger in America, maybe we could see some stuff like that. But I think these guys would. I shouldn't say they would beat these guys. There's just some fast guys out there. I don't want to disrespect them. There's some fast on-road guys here in the USA. So maybe that's where it needs to start and see if they can do their. But like the Euro guys seem to be the fastest guys at that stuff, like Coelho and the touring car, Reinhardt, what's his name, Volker, all those guys. Yeah.
It'd be cool to see his paint scheme on an on-road car, even if he never.
Dude, they don't even run paint schemes in on-road barely.
They don't?
No? Yes, because it's too heavy.
Oh, really? Wow.
I mean, in 12 scale, they don't. I think it's so dumb. I think it's like you see all
they
three.
Need to raise the weight so that they have to paint the fucking body.
Yeah, like I think
who doesn't want to see Rona Folk or Dakota or somebody in their paint, dude? Like,
of course,
that's ridiculous.
Of course, it would be. I think he might dabble in it. He might dabble in it. We'll see what happens.
Get your shit together on road. Get your shit together. This is ridiculous. Raise the minimum fucking weights. It's not that big.
Those bodies are so. That one's right there. Look at that. Hagberg's body. It's actually painted right there.
Yeah, I see.
That thing's so paper thin.
Yeah, I mean, I there used to be a carpet track right up the road, and I did a little 12 scale back when the Associated still had their R12.5 or whatever, and I had Chris Rupp painted my body, CR Graphics, and he knew what he was doing. They were light, but dude, they were, like you said, so thin that you blew on them and you put a dimple in it. I mean,
I have a question for you, Brent.
Ooh.
So remember, I was never a stock fan.
Yeah, we were
Used to
talking.
like-
I was about to say that earlier.
So, and now I'm a big stock fan, right? I really like it. It's very highly competitive. I like the fact that you can cheat, all that type of stuff, and all that. I like that. So I was having this discussion in my NNRC Discord, and this guy was like, well, if he was saying if the top mod guys dropped onto stock and bought the earned stuff, like off the shelf stuff, they would lose to the top stock guys. And I was like, nah, because I said those guys are top mod guys and top of the world for a reason, right? Because they're that damn good, right? Now I know they might not have the fastest motors as some of those guys and all that type of stuff, like, in the stock class. And there are a few stock guys that are very good that are running stock who would contend with them. But I still think that the cream always rises to the top in the Fens and the Rifkins and those guys. I would love to see them drop down and race stock at one race and see where they finish.
That sounds like an
Compared to those
idea for
guys.
a 10 scale race. The
what's
pro stock class?
Do you
What's-
think that those mod guys would beat those stock guys?
That'd be cool. Clash of the rotors.
sounds like something Eddie Henry will-
rotor clash.
No, seriously, do you think that the top mod guys like the Fens and the Rivkins and Champlins, these guys, you think they would, if they could drop on and race the same car as that guy has, would they beat like these top stock guys?
100%. Yeah.
I agree,
I
because
think they
those guys are mod racers for a reason. Because what people fail to realize is that Dakota Fan, the Rivkins, the Mayfields, all these guys, they're like no different from fucking Tom Brady. And these guys, so it's just that it happens to be in RC, right? So we can go up and have a beer with them and talk to them. But these guys' mentality and the skill that they have realistically is on the level of these guys.
Yeah.
Right, because they're the best in the world. Like, Ungaro is a three-time world champion. Mayfield's a world champion. These guys are the best in the world at what they do. So realistically, they may not physically be a LeBron James or any of these guys. They can't physically do what those guys do, but they're the best at what they do in the world, which is RC racing. So their ability to do that, and the mentality to do that is no different. Their drive to do that is no different from any other top athlete, top skateboarder, top like motorsports, any type of driver.
They're gonna wax all the stock guys, and it's gonna keep all the stock guys in stock because they're never gonna want to bump up because they're gonna get a hurting put on them.
Let's not forget that most of those guys started in stock.
But this is the conversation we was having, and this guy was like, "Oh, these," because I think Schimmel is right now. I think Schimmel. I tell you who I think the two fastest 10 scale racers are right now in the USA. They are Schimmel and Davey Bada.
Yeah, Bada rips.
I've watched both of those guys race over the last at the various different races. Bada's been very fast, but has been taken out a lot. And Schimmel has been fast, the fastest guy all weekend, but just making mistakes. It came together for him. He could have had 4-wheel drive.
Yeah,
but he made that mistake.
Blew that one.
But a year ago, I was saying that Schimmel should go back down to stock. Right,
he's figuring it out,
and
but he's also.
But that's how it's supposed to be, right? Not everybody that's in stock, or let's call it. It's not really stock, but whatever it is. Not everybody's going to be a good mod racer, right? And there's going to be a couple that shit and have to start from the bottom and work their way. Schimmel did it. Bada did it.
Let's see if Leverrier does it. You can't just expect to be the top of mod. You have to put in the work.
Yeah,
get good at mod. And Schimmel and Bada, they're doing that. So
I agree.
All those guys that are dominating had more than likely started in some form of stock racing. Dakota won countless championships in stock. It's yes, 100%. Someone said it in the comments right here. Daniel Dickerson. He said, "Guys are fast in any car. Talent is talent."
Yeah, I agree.
They could pick up your power
experience
and figure out how to go fast in them because that's what they do. These guys are fast because they have millions of laps, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of day at the track, years of experience. Like these guys are the top,
and they have something that some people don't have, and that's that talent, that it. And there's people that have it, right? You know what I mean?
It's like this,
and those guys have it.
Like Eric RC said, 450 versus 250 Supercross argument. The guys that dominate 250, only 1% of them bump up to 450 and are up there.
Well, maybe that's where they should be. They should be in 250. It should be hard, right? It should be like the hard at the top of every class.
Yeah.
Right. But for the most part, everybody's, starting in the top 10, the hot shots in 250, they're starting in top 10, and then you'll see them bump up slowly through the years. Once they gain that experience, then they become the Tilmax.
NASCAR is a perfect example of it. The Bush guys, or we call them Bush, nationwide guys, when they come up to get a call up to Cup, they can do all right. But the Cup guys, the ones that are running up front and winning all the time, when they drop down into that, they win. When you have the right equipment and you have the right amount of time to learn what you're using, and just face it, if you give those guys a full day of practice like you give everybody else, they're going to figure it out. Now, if you throw, here's an interesting question. If you throw all those guys, the top 5 in pro mod and the top 5 in stock, and you put them all in a race, and you only give them both 2 practice sessions, 5 minutes or whatever, not all day to test tires, not all day to figure out setup. You give everybody like 2 5-minute sessions. Then what? Do they still do it?
Yes. Well, maybe not. But them guys these guys learn tracks and the fast parts of this track so fast. That's why they're so good, right?
Yeah.
And
I'm with you. I think that I think of Dakota, Mayfield, any of those guys, Cav, Tebow, anyone that picks up a car that has been up at the top in mod can drop down to stock, even though they'll feel like they're on their way to Mars in a fucking Volkswagen Beetle. They'll still win.
Their first pack out, they will hot lap any lap you're going to do that weekend or that whole week in a race for any normal racer. They're so good.
I do like stock though. It's got some good competition, and it's good. I enjoy it. I used to tease it a lot. No, I don't. I'm all about it.
I love seeing the fast kids move up to mod, and then new fast kids develop in stock, and then we having a lot of fast guys in mod in the 10 scale world. All those guys like Nate Sutherland's gonna, he's still running some stock, but he's running some mod, and I seen him running some A scale. Those guys, the Brennan Schimmels and all Davey Bottas, they move up to mod. They're going to be good. You get these like the Raymond kids, like they're coming up, and all these new stock guys. You start seeing them, and they let them get their feet cut for 3 years in stock until everybody gets settled in up in mod. They'll start making their way up. I mean, it's an evolution. The one thing that we have not figured out yet is why are these older guys still dominating RC, and we don't need to figure it out. We don't need to figure it out. We just got to watch it
to figure it out,
because it's history in the making for our industry.
Well, I mean, Dakota Fenn isn't old. He's not even 30.
I know, and I'm not talking about him.
Mayfield's old.
Mayfield and Cavallari and
Cavallari's
Drake.
Yeah, but
he's not winning, but he's still doing it.
Cav made the finals at the Nationals.
Yeah,
her at the 10 scale Nationals. Like,
I know, I'm not saying anything bad about
I was like, wow. I don't know. I just I've been enjoying 10 scale. It's been fun.
10 scale is definitely fun. I like it.
Chase needs a
one. I do.
All right, we're gonna drop.
He's so right.
I'm gonna go get another beer.
Yeah,
there you go.
Come back, and we're gonna start taking some calls from the peanut gallery. So come back, visit us. Hold on, let me find this. Where is?
How long's that new Nitro Pro commercial?
New Nitro Pro commercial. Shit, if I pick the wrong one, it goes really loud. It's 58 seconds. Oh shit, I don't. All right, here we go.
Just drop the intro.
When people say that I'm a hard person to know, I tell them that I'm not like an ordinary world. I have my madness. I live in another dimension, and I don't have time for things that have no soul.
Wow. Look at, I am the only one here. That sucks for all of you guys. There's Keenan. Thank goodness you don't have to just hear my voice. Keenan.
That's a nice cold beer.
Good cold beer. There's Chase.
Hey,
Look,
Ooh, frosty.
Freshy too.
I got to get a freshie. All right. So what's up, Michael
Is there
Servo?
anything better than having your beers in a cooler? Like it's so much better than a refrigerator beer, you know?
I like this guy. I don't know who Jerry K is.
Jerry
but
K, that's my boy.
I like this guy.
He's
like
from Wisconsin.
Got like the Easy E Trump.
I
He
do
is
too,
funny.
dude. Like
Pretty sick.
that fuck yeah, dude. Come on, Jerry K. We welcome you.
I have a topic we should talk about.
Okay. Well, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna run the phone lines. Okay.
We
Yeah,
gotta open up the phone lines, man.
Okay, well, hold on. Before I do that, because we are in a unique situation. That's only happened one other time. Robert is not here. I have to operate the phone.
It's hard. I
and
know.
everything at the same time. So we're gonna hear a little ringtone. We're gonna hear boop 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 boop. Someone's calling type shit. Okay, and I'm sorry for it. And I'll mute my mic. I'll talk to the person. I'll bring them in. But tell me that topic before I open it, because once I open it, I'm not going to be able to.
Oh, so we have it hasn't been announced, but there we go.
Nice.
We're pretty sure that the Worlds are going to be at Thornhill next year, right? And I'm going to tell you
Pretty sure.
that I think that Davide Angaro can go 4-time world champion.
Well, we definitely didn't do the Americans any service by picking a track that is going to be very similar to what those guys already know. We definitely didn't do our
Dude. That guy's gonna go there and be like, "Oh, I'm still in Renovon."
Yeah.
Just smaller.
But what I do like about it being at Thornhill is I think these high caliber races should be ran at a track that's not going to break up and, you know, be pretty consistent throughout the race rather than, you know, racing on something that gets blown out and fucked up, you know, where they can actually focus on driving and racing.
I mean, he can. I think he has a good chance to, but I think he needs to get over here and do some testing on that track. And these guys are going to have a lot more time on it. And it's going to be interesting to see. I'm very excited for the Worlds back in America. 2016 was the last one we had. And it's going to be often. But it's offered. It can be inconsistent. It can be inconsistent. And but it's the same thing. It's off-road though. It is off-road. Like, we need to get out of this. It's not off-road because it's not bumpy. Guess what? Tracks are now going to where they're not going to be bumped. They're not going to be rough. Like, people want this. Like, people want this. They want this type of stuff, like real off-road, all that type of stuff. Yeah, I'm not saying we can't have that. We can have that. That's for sure. But I mean, to take away from a track like Renovon, that place is awesome. Like, I couldn't do a lap around there without hitting the pipes.
Right.
That's how big it is. So to say that is not off-road, it's just different type of off-road, right? It's a different type of off-road. So, I mean, that track has multiple different types of sections. It has multiple surfaces. It had concrete. It had bricks. It had shiny concrete.
Yeah, nothing against Thornhill. I think that's one of the most amazing facilities in America, but I would have liked to have seen it at A-Main, probably. Bigger track.
Oh, that's what I thought was going to get it. I thought A-Main was going to get it.
Brent's mic's not working.
He's muted. No, he's muted because I do the same thing.
Oh shit. Yeah, so there was 3 tracks. I was trying to I was saying Keenan, hold on. I got a caller, and the whole time I'm fucking muted. Jesus. This is all right. Here's the issue. I gotta keep myself unmuted. All right, we have a caller, and I'm gonna put him through. Are you ready?
Oh boy.
All right, here we go. First caller. All right, caller, you are live with Keenan White, Lefty the Great. What?
Sounds like they got one of those voice changers on there.
Is this anonymous? Hip Hop Anonymous?
Can't hear a word they're saying.
All right, he's done. We're gonna. Oh shoot! I wonder if.
Could
Hold
be.
on one second. Let's take this one. All right, caller, you're live. Fuck.
I think Brent's messed it up.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think this is a
Hold on.
Brentical practical
Just hold on.
Brentical issue.
Let's not talk to him. He's gonna get distracted.
Holy
Okay,
shit!
yeah.
It is, the phones are blowing up. It is. There's nothing I can do. Stop calling. Oh my god! Here we go. Oh, let's try this. Hold on. Shit.
What's up, Marlo?
Hey, caller, you're live. Oh my god.
Brent.
Are you using
We were working earlier. We've worked on this.
are you using call-in studio?
No, but maybe I need to. Here, you guys talk.
All right, we'll talk while Brent tries to figure this out.
You think after
Do we have all right?
a
Let's
couple years,
let's take over the podcast. Does
do it.
anybody have any questions in the chat
there you go.
so we can answer?
Did you like Brent better with a shape face, a mustache, or his full beard?
Who
Comment in
me?
the chat.
Oh.
No, Brent.
That's stupid, dude.
Hey, it's on the fly. You know, if you win some, you lose some.
Oh shit. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
He had no beard, like no
Hey,
mustache. Like
yeah, he
Abraham
shaved it all
Lincoln.
off, and then
Caller,
he grew
you're
this
live.
crazy porn stash.
You got me still?
Oh,
here we go.
I got it. We fixed it. Who we got?
Grant from New Mexico, the trader.
What's up, Grant?
Grant Walker is on the phone. What up, Grant? How you doing, buddy?
What's going on, boys?
What's happening?
What's up, Grant?
Just boring my life out here out in New Mexico, Texas.
An RC Pro-Am this weekend, and you're still out there.
Well, I was planning on doing the program this year until somebody decided to change the date to earlier this year.
Well, sorry.
That didn't sound too convincing.
But I will tell you,
As
Grant,
right
the
now,
pro-am will be about 75 to 80 degrees this week versus 130,000 degrees last year. I think we made the right decision, but it's going to take some getting used to for everybody for next year for sure.
And I understand that 100%. But it is
It didn't
currently
make good for good lake weather though.
for the fall ball later this year, at least.
Hell yeah.
I like fall brawl weather. It's nice and cool.
You going to be at the fall brawl, Keenan?
Probably. It's the last race of the year.
Fuck yeah.
It's the last race. I like the cold weather.
So what's up, Grant? What's going on, buddy? What you got? You got any questions for the Lefty to greatness?
I do, actually. So, Lefty, you've commentated on many races kind of around the country, around the world at this point. If you had to put one at the top of your list and one at the bottom, what would those be?
What races that I've called or races that I've been to?
Just called. From a
Oh,
commentator standpoint.
I think one of the best races I called was the IBC in 2023 over in Portugal when Canas and Ongaro battled it out. And that's kind of the first time I did it on my own. One of the hardest, most difficult races to call with a World Slasher.
Why?
Because kind of Nick and I were button heads. Boom, boom, boom. Like this a little bit.
Why?
Well,
Tell
because
us about it.
I think Nick is, when I did the Worlds with Nick, maybe 2 years before that, I was still like kind of a wingman. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And
now
then
you,
over the-
now you are the man.
No, I'm not. I am not the man, but 8 scale is my thing, and I know a lot about what's going on. So I have little things. So we kind of butted heads, and I'm also very I'm also very chat engaged, right? Very engaging with the chat because that's who I have to talk to. And Danny Paz, that's who I talk to when I'm at these races. Danny Paz is my silent co-host. So we kind of butt heads there. And that it got a little frustrating, and I got a cease and desist for that But it wasn't even my fault. I didn't even say nothing. I got a cease and desist letter from HB.
All right. So what was your most favorite then?
But it was still, don't get me wrong, it still was a good Worlds. My favorite to go, I said, was Barcelos. And I think
IBC.
and maybe also the Worlds in 2022 were very good to call as well.
Yeah.
They were very good to call. But there's been lots of good races. I mean, look, man, there's been some races at freaking RC Pro-Am in the sportsman class or intermediate class that have been great, right? And I like seeing a good race, and it gets me excited. And then you start seeing the trailer shaking and all this type of stuff because I'm getting excited. And obviously the pro class is what I my podcast is mostly based on and what I geek out on. But as I've gotten to know a lot of these racers, especially in the Southeast, and to see them out there racing and then putting battles in and watching these guys, like after they're done, they're like tired, like, oh man, and I'm like, that was a good race. Like, I'm not gonna those are my general feelings at that time about that race. That isn't something coerced. Like, that's like, if it's good and you do something wicked, like, cool, I'm like, yo, like, I'm gonna geek out on it, right?
Yeah.
So I like it's been it's been so many too, but yeah, those are my probably two of my favorite ones. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy the call on the Worlds. It was just a little bit difficult button heads at first until we got a flow together, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like the old lion meeting the young lion, even though I'm not that much younger than I am pretty much younger than him. But I like Nick Damon. He's a very good commentator, and I learned a lot from him.
Yeah.
So,
well, thanks, Grant. We appreciate you. We miss you out here, buddy.
I do miss you, Grant.
Yeah, we miss you guys too. Allie says hi per usual.
Hi, Allie.
We're looking
Hello.
to get back eventually.
All right. Well, let's get back, do some cornhole, some beer pong. Let's get it on.
Lots of good people.
Hell yeah,
in
brother.
the Southeast racing.
All right. See you in December.
Yes, sir. Is Keenan coming this weekend? Nope. I am not.
It's a bummer.
Radical. So with the Worlds coming up at Thornhill, and this being just a warm up, they're considering it the warm up at Lone Star. Did you see anything on the interweb other than what I saw out of Ryan Mayfield running some new shock towers?
I heard about that.
Possibly,
but he's always trying something.
Right. Did you see anything else from anybody else trying something?
I haven't. I'll be honest with you. I didn't watch much of the racing this weekend. I kind of chilled out this weekend.
Nice.
And then some people told me about some stuff. People tell me a lot of things. Max is really the one that geeks out, and he can notice that type of stuff. He's the one who can see, oh, that's a different shock tower, and he goes, and I'm like, okay,
yeah, because I saw the picture and I didn't notice that it was different until I looked at a comment and said somebody said that's a different shock tower and different shock bodies.
Taylor DeLosa says that Aiden Horn was trying. I did see that rear. He had really short springs on his rear of his car. Taylor DeLosa has a podcast too. It's called
Nice. Is that the Slow is Fast?
Yes, him and his friends up there. And have you seen that dude?
Yeah, he's ripped.
He's massive.
Yeah, he's a man.
He's
gorilla.
massive. Yeah, he's that dude. He's a big dude. Big dude.
Yeah,
awesome.
Well, I saw that out of Mayfield, and that was pretty cool.
I think what they're doing is Techno is really trying to get their nitro buggy to where he's fully comfortable, I think. And they're always constantly trying things, right?
Yes. So always.
So always. He said it right on the podcast. He says, just because I'm trying something doesn't mean it works. Right. So that's kind of probably what they had to use it for. They're testing things out.
Mm-hmm.
Mayfield's not had very good luck at this race either.
We got
last time he raced there, he didn't make it out of the semi.
Well, I know he's right around the corner. I mean, in tight. I'm pretty sure those were One Army towers, One Army made towers, because they were chrome, and that's kind of like their signature thing. So maybe One Army's helping them work on some stuff. Not unlikely.
Speaking of which, support. All right, hold on. We got a caller.
Ooh, another one.
All right, Yoshi, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Lefty, how you doing?
What's up?
What up, dude?
Hey man, I really been enjoying the Power Wheel thing.
Really?
Yes, I found that in.
Check it out. Who am I to? Who we're talking to?
This is Yoshi or Michael Knight. He's
Oh, I know Michael Knight. Who you're talking about?
Yeah. We call him Yoshi.
I didn't know that. What's up, Yoshi? That's what I'm gonna call you next time I see you.
Well, there's a reason for that, Keenan. He called in one night and he started talking. He said, "Y'all know those Yoshi cars?" And it took us a minute to figure it out, but we found out that he was talking about Kyoshos. And ever since he said Yoshi and Kyosho, that he's coined himself as Yoshi.
Yeah, I
so
know Michael.
Yeah,
he bought me a old NNRC sign from RCGP that he found out at old SMB at Badlands. Sorry, at Badlands. Sorry.
Yeah,
he bought
yes,
that to
I
me.
did.
Yeah, I remember that. And that's where I met him at I keep saying SMB at Badlands in South Carolina. I'm sorry, I keep getting them mixed up. I met him at Badlands. I know who you're talking about. What's up, Michael? How you doing, Yoshi? That's what I'm gonna call you from now on.
Okay, that's cool.
Them Yoshi cars.
Yeah, Yoshi cars.
I don't like them either. Don't worry.
How you doing, Yoshi? You good, buddy?
Yeah, I'm taking a break on doing my thing out by my house.
You got to turn your phone down, bro. You're listening to yourself talk.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
Hello.
Yeah, all this rain, I'm taking a break.
There you go.
We just got hammered with some rain. I don't know what you guys got up there, but we got 2.5 inches in a matter of like 15 minutes down at my house. It was like blankets of water. Unreal.
But you know what you could do is get yourself a micro crawler and your whole house. You'd be surprised in how cool your house is with a micro crawler, for sure.
All right, Yoshi. Have a good night,
Yoshi.
buddy. We appreciate you listening, man.
Thank you for the support, man.
Yeah, I wish I like the Hot Wheels and your Power Wheels, and that's pretty cool, man.
I appreciate it.
Wait till you see the one he builds for his daughter.
That thing's gonna be all right. This is gonna be like 15 miles an hour.
All right, buddy. We're gonna take more calls. Have a good night.
All right, Yoshi.
Bye.
Later.
Have a good night, buddy.
So Little Motor 414 put this in, and I want you to post Little Motor 414. What?
I know exactly. I saw it. And I was just
okay,
like,
I want you to tell me what you mean. BD doesn't have a hair on his ass if he doesn't do a set of pipes next. I want to know what that means because I have hair on my ass. I don't know what that means, but I have hair on my ass.
Do a set of pipes.
So explain in the comments, please. All right, we got another call.
There's got to be some kind of facial feature.
Please.
hello.
You're talking like, yeah, jeez.
This is why it's good to have a producer.
Yeah, right.
That's why I don't do that's dude. When I was doing the call-ins, it was so hard to pay attention.
Well, our producer had to take an unexpected no call, no show today. So,
all right, here we go. We got another caller on the line, and his name is Anthony. I hope it's a his.
Oh, I know who this is.
What's up, Lefty?
What's up, Mr. Five Laps? I'm good.
He cackled at you after you called him.
Hey, that you met Anthony is a blast. He's coming to RC program.
Who is it? Anthony who?
They call me Anthony Loudmouth on the back of my shirts. I'm from Virginia.
Hell yeah, Anthony Loudmouth.
He is definitely funny. He's but he said he'll give me 5 laps. He said he'll give me 5 laps in Truggy, Truggy.
Oh, like nice. A head start? Like a head start?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna need it. So, but I'm gonna take it.
Race. I mean, it's not really. I'm gonna win regardless.
See, this is the 5 laps.
Damn.
Dude, we've been talking shit to each other since we met earlier this year.
That's awesome.
That was recently. Yeah, we've been having fun, buddy.
Yeah, you're going to RC Pro this weekend, ain't you?
No, I just got back from Pete's, and Maddie asked me late to be on her team. I'm like, I would go, but I got other things to do.
I thought you.
You're lost, bro.
I thought you was going.
I know.
Mr.
Like,
Five
I was gonna
Laps.
be there, but hey,
Ooh.
things happen.
Dang, that's some news right there, Mr. Sam Arsenault.
Reggie Tongue. So
Mm.
what's up, Mr. Five Laps?
You know, nothing much. How's everything been going on?
Man, we've been recording podcasts. That's what we've been doing.
Man, that's pretty brave. I wouldn't even be
mean-
confident giving Helen Keller 5 laps on me.
He might still beat me, to be honest. He'll probably still beat me. You know.
I mean, I seen the way you drive, Lefty. You know, you go to left and right too much instead of stand on the track.
I'm trying to stay out of the way of people. I don't want to mess up their race.
Oh, that's what you call it?
That's my reason. That's what
All
I'm
right,
doing. That's what I'm gonna stay.
You give him 5 laps and then you try and drive with one hand.
Yeah, you give him 5 laps. And
No,
you can
I
only.
need both hands. I'm giving my 5 laps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
You got any questions or anything for Mr. Lefty the Great?
I got a question for y'all. When is that new 8-scale show course coming out?
Well, that would be Chase. He's like the assistant manager to the assistant manager of the receptionist at Techno. So he has a little bit of in right now. So when is it coming out, Chase?
Jeez Louise. I don't know. I don't know if it is or not.
Oh shit!
Just keep building them out of the. Just keep building them out of the parts that everybody's been building them with, and try and build the class, man. It's funner that way. That's the hobby part of it.
Building class for it.
Hell yeah!
Or conversion kits.
Yeah, I mean, Techno has all the parts.
Yeah.
You just throw it all on, man, and you got one. You know, so I can't confirm or deny that something's coming out. But if you want one,
Nitro.
If you want one tomorrow, you can build one.
Can we post the full list of parts that it takes on the Wheel and Trigger Facebook page?
Yeah, we could. I posted on the on one of my videos.
Can we type it out and put the part numbers?
Which one do you prefer better, the Nitro or electric?
I mean, I would prefer the Nitro. I think that's going to be the sick one. But if you want to go easy, like I did, like I haven't had an electric car in about 4 years, so I wanted to go easy, and that's why I built an electric one.
Okay.
Just so I could just go send it whenever I felt like it, you know.
I'd be doing an electric too.
It looks fun.
Yeah, it's fun. But check out Spencer Heckert's video on the Nitro one. It's pretty badass.
Yeah, I have. I follow him on Facebook and everything.
Super good. And I heard at Silver State, any spare time anybody with Techno had, they were over there playing with Spencer's Nitro truck over in the fifth scale. Nice. On the fifth scale track the whole time. And they pretty much burned a whole gallon of fuel with it.
Wait.
What's that?
I said, Lefty, when we going to have this race?
Well, you're not coming to Wicked. But I am going to drive the track at Wicked.
For the Tennessee with the family.
You know, I already won. You forfeit.
Lefty said he's going to be at DNC, so maybe you can come down to DNC and rip. You know, we could do this race because they have the practice track at DNC, and you guys could totally have this race while the race is going on the practice track. I'll pay for your entries.
I'm down for it whenever.
Come on out to the Fall Brawl in December. Also, like either way, we'll make sure.
I'm definitely going to Fall Brawl.
All right, then. Fall Brawl it is. Let's make it a date.
Yes, I definitely will be trying all the tracks that I go to now.
All right,
there you go. Right. You should, Lefty. You owe it to yourself.
I enjoyed the North Georgia shootout track, and I was able to talk about it on the race.
Hell yeah!
So I'm gonna try at least practice a couple of practice sessions at each race I go to.
My e-truggy. Chris Harris will let you use his e-truggy at any race he's at. I promise you.
Yeah, I guarantee you can borrow anybody's car and take it for a couple laps.
I have my own.
Hey, I'm gonna let you go, Mr. 5 Laps. We got more callers calling in.
All right, Anthony. Thank you for the support, bro.
Thanks for the call, man.
Oh, speaking of which, why don't we'll just bring him right in. You're live, Mr. Harris. Hello.
Maybe.
You suck, Mr.
Hello.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Turn down your speakers or something.
What?
Nothing. Got any questions for Lefty?
Yeah. So my heart's kind of broken. Like I've been eating cheese all week long and got a fresh bottle of lactose.
We will not be talking
so ready
through the toilets at RC program. There will be no toilet talk at RC program.
Jesus.
No battle shits.
All
I
right.
feel like we really bonded.
I can assume what went down over there, huh?
No, we shared. He was in one toilet, and I was in the other toilet. And I don't know. I think it was from Harold and Kumar. Remember when Harold and Kumar and the two girls were in there, and they're like Harold and Kumar were in the next store, and the girls are having battle shits. But that's what we got into a conversation about.
I didn't know this is where this was going, or I wouldn't have answered this.
It could be worse. It could be Drew Single on the other.
Okay, so Drew was actually the very first caller that we heard going that we thought was a voice machine, and he hasn't called back since. But this one that we have on right now could classify as bad or worse.
Really?
Yes.
As Drew Singer?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
so. What was this conversation while you guys were both?
We was talking about
deuces?
the actual movie, where it came from.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And we thought it was white girls.
Girls in the DR.
Yeah, we was talking about girls in the DR.
Okay.
That's awesome. You guys had a great time.
Conversation.
Okay. Okay. So
things that go on in the men's bathroom.
Okay. So where are we at with actual questions for Keenan?
So do we think that Techno is going to actually come with a new car for the world since they've kind of struggled on the high bike?
Well, that's a great question.
That's a great question.
Why did you lead with the poop question before you came in with a good RC question?
They're both great topics.
You got to build up to it.
Can't argue with logic. Okay.
Keenan. I think it's quite possible.
Blow it on out there. I may have done sharded myself.
So I remember some of the things that JQ was telling them about their cars at Redavon, what they needed. And some of that stuff, like they kind of have to manufacture. Maybe they're trying out some of that stuff. Who knows? I mean, Mayfield seemed very intent on them. Chase, you said they're trying maybe some One Army stuff. So I don't think necessarily a new car, but maybe some new parts.
Yeah. I mean, with companies like One Army around, if a call or an email goes down for something that these guys think they need, it can get pretty made pretty quick. If Mayfield wants a shorter shock tower and things like that, One Army can just crank one out and they can test it. It's not like they're waiting a while for wherever they come from to get made. So I wouldn't say a new car, but this question was for Lefty, but I wouldn't say a new car, but definitely maybe if they want it and they think they can give the advantage to them as far as lap times and everything, then they'll be out there with it. Techno's not shy to try new shit.
Looking at what some of the Techno guys are doing to get the turn and everything in the car running really light, front sway bars, I could see that being a hindrance on the high bike stuff.
I think they need to go to a long, wider rear plate too, a little bit wider for that high traction. But I mean, I don't know what Thornhill is like. I don't know if it's as high traction. It's not as high speed as Redavon too. So it's a different type of high traction. Brent's over there clicking buttons and it's just going bloop, 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 bloop.
I mean, somebody is relentless as
He's trying to figure out how to hang up on me.
No, I'm not. I'm actually hanging up on whoever is calling
probably Drew Singer.
Yeah,
I guarantee it's Drew Singer.
I promise I'm going to get off the phone with this Yahoo in just a minute, and whoever it is blowing this phone up and making noises because I can't turn them off. But the board.
So is that Is that what Robert has to deal with every
Yes,
show?
dude. Like this is Robert's fucking job, and I'm over here trying to do the job of multiple individuals. I will let you call in when we hang up on Chris.
5 people that call in, so
I know, right?
You're gone.
That
Bye.
one left.
Chris
That
was
one
going to
left.
ask me.
He's done. I'm fucking done with that guy.
Not when Lefty the Great's on.
All right, here we go. We got a new caller.
What happened? You just kicked that dude off?
Yeah, fuck that guy. Hey, caller, who we got on the phone?
Chris Harris still.
No.
JWRC.
Hey,
Hey,
JWRC.
What's happening? Jesus Christ.
He just kicked
What's
Chris
up,
off.
Lefty?
I can't take it. You guys, you're not running the fucking boards over there, okay? You let me do it how I want to do it.
It's got all the power.
Did you roofie yourself, Brent?
Hey.
Man, you just got.
I wanted to get in and,
Breaking up.
see when Lefty is actually going to come out to see an SNRCR here in
Oh,
Vegas.
in Vegas. I don't know. I haven't been out to West for a long time. I think I want to come to DNC next year.
Hell yeah.
2 years. I really like DNC, so I want to come. And but I don't know if I'm coming to Silver State. I'm not the biggest fan of Silver State. So
Tell us why.
That's all
I
right.
just
I also wanted to know when the next Lefty butt picks are coming out.
see, so this is the only guy that knows this joke. It's a very inside joke. That
Well, hold on. What did he actually say? When's the next?
So Lefty butt picks.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it.
So
Butt
this
picks.
happened in program last year.
Tell me about it.
So you know how if you don't come up and get your headshot taken, you got 2
Oh,
circles.
you were putting butt pics on
No,
people that didn't come up?
Patrick started screaming, if you don't come up and get your headshot taken, you're gonna have left his butt pic as your picture. And and JW is the only one who heard that and knows that, and he says it every time I'm on there, and I laugh. And him and I are the only people that know that.
I love it.
So,
all right,
Not anymore.
yes, sir.
Well,
thank you. I appreciate the support.
Thank you for allowing us to live inside that joke. We will next time we hear it, we'll all be able to enjoy it now that we understand it.
All right,
yeah.
my friend. Hey,
Thank you, JW.
All right, JW. Have a good night, bro.
thank you guys.
Cool.
All right, so yeah, I'm giving people like 30 seconds and we're fucking done with them. We're moving
So
on.
with the last caller, if the team drivers for Techno want something, Techno will make it instantly.
I get it. They're working towards that car. They know. I mean, as much as people say the high bite stuff isn't going anywhere, it's not good. But it's 2 different tracks. Like Red One's really, really very. I mean, until you've been there and seen how fast it is, it's very fast because it's the same amount of. This is what I was talking to John Figueredo, who drives Techno, right? He said, "Look, this track, the Red One track, the World's track we're talking about, has the same grip as Barcelo's, which is his home track, which has a lot of traction, but his track isn't as fast. It's more like more jumps, 180s. It's not. I mean, dude, these guys are wide open in some of these places at that track in Spain. And Thornhill doesn't have, and they're not carrying that speed. So we'll see how it works out. These guys are good. Techno works hard. They got a whole year that I would be going on there testing as much as possible.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to win the Worlds next year is the person who goes to Thornhill the most next year and tests and practices, and that's the person who's gonna win.
That's not true. I don't buy into that.
Sorry, I shouldn't say who wants to win it.
I think that you have a good shot. Like Americans
I
have
agree.
the best option or opportunity. But you know, too much goes on in a Worlds event for just to say if you put in the most time at Thornhill, you're gonna win. I mean, the Europeans had the advantage. We knew where Worlds was gonna be. We didn't go and do nothing about it.
But what advantage do they have? It's not like
the fact that they could race there if they wanted to. I'm not saying they did.
They can't. And when they went to test, you know what it was? It was fucking dusty.
Yeah, I mean,
it wasn't nowhere near. Even they were surprised at the amount of grip that was there. They're just used to those type of tracks, high speed. You know, it's like motocross versus supercross. American tracks are more 180, jump.
So we got to build a more technical track.
No, a more
less speed.
corner speed fast track. That's what you need. It's not just 180s, right?
But I thought you
gotta
just said that the Europeans have the advantage if it's like that.
Because corner
What are
speed
you
wins
trying to
races,
do to us
right?
here, dude?
I think
corner speed wins races.
I think if there was more In-N-Out
Oh,
burgers
geez,
at
dude.
Redavon, you would have seen the Americans there testing more.
They had McDonald's and Burger King and all that stuff. No, but what I mean by corner speed is the ability to carry that speed through those corners, right? It's you don't really see a lot of tracks like that.
Unfortunately, Marlo, these two don't fucking know who Ray Lewis is, probably. So
I know who Ray Lewis is.
Really?
I don't. Got 1 out of 2.
Is he not a singer? No, that's Ray Charles. That's Ray Charles.
That was the blind guy, right?
The blind
Right.
motherfucker, dude.
Right. That's why I was
Okay.
like, I don't know who Ray Lewis is. I don't.
Okay.
Is he a boxer?
No, but
That's
you know
Joe
what?
Lewis.
Fucking
so
Marla
many
Bright's right.
Lewises.
Marla Bright's right. All right. Now I was hanging up on people left and right. Now no one's calling. I guess
Because
they're
you hung
mad.
up on everybody.
Well, I
Pissed
mean,
them all
I
off.
could. Okay, here comes
Unknown
one. Here
user.
comes one. Hold on. All right, caller.
McGrath,
Caller,
talk
you are
about
straight
Lewis
live.
Hamilton. You talk about. Hello.
Oh, here, Camden Lime. It sounds like.
Oh.
It's Camden Line B Rose in the building.
Oh shit, we got them both. What up, B Rose?
The double team. What's up, guys?
What up, boy? How we feeling tonight?
Bosby better have be twins. You know what I mean?
What did you just say?
Oh,
What did you say?
Shit.
B
I know
Rose,
who
you
Ray
look
Lewis is now.
There's a gnarly echo.
Yeah, it's because you got your speakers on.
B Rose, you looked really fast at Thornhill, man. Lightning fast.
You can't listen to yourself talk, Camden. You got to just turn.
Are we
off.
being for real or not?
For real.
That stuff was good. That name's a little bit of bad luck.
No, you had bad luck, but you looked super fast.
I have a question for you, B Rose. What is? I'm probably Camden Line because you was there too. Was the traction there similar to like what it was at Redavon? Asher?
You go first. I mean, to an extent, yes. But like the biggest thing that I felt was Redavon was definitely more consistent high grip. The track was like 90 degrees or whatever you want to call it. Thornhill, the track was a little colder, so it felt a little more inconsistent. But I mean, we were on silvers, bar tire, like gluing foam, bead cutting them, literally getting 10 minutes and their foam split. So it was really similar to Redavon vibes. We were super high in dip oil come Monday, not like quite as high as I was at Redavon, but within 50K.
Interesting.
What about you, T-Line?
It's going to be interesting.
The grip was a little bit more inconsistent because at Worlds, it's the world's best. The line is a lot more. I don't know how to explain. Like the line is better when there's better people on the track, and also it was a little bit more abrasive at Redavon, so the grip was just more. There's a bigger line throughout the track. But I thought the grip was. I thought it was less than Redavon, but it was still probably the highest we've ran on in America.
Yeah, I would say this was higher than 2019 that.
So definitely because it was
more
outdoor, probably more grip than a covered place.
No, 2019 was covered.
The same place.
Yeah.
2019 looked like they were drifting around corners.
Yeah, it was slicker that year for whatever reason.
That was in 16. In
Was it?
16, it was super polishy and we were drifting.
Yeah.
And then 19, it was like we were running bar tire and stuff like that. Like us AKA guys at the time, we were flipping our truggy tires inside out. Just
I remember
so
that.
it was a bar tire.
I remember that. That's the year. Isn't that the year that Lutz got DQ'd?
Yeah.
Yeah. His truggy came. He used so much tire. His truggy came underweight.
Yeah. That was the year I met Filon.
That was in 16, I think, B-Rose was saying.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
I knew it was at one of
A
those
lot of
races.
people got disqualified because it was so polished and everyone was wheel spinning so bad that the tire wear was actually worse there than it was like on the high track because you were wheel spinning everywhere around the track.
Interesting.
So my question for you boys is, give us a little bit of insight on who won that hot lap challenge in that YouTube video that's going to drop tomorrow. Let our listeners know. No. Come on. You got our listeners. They want to know. They want to know. They're going to watch it anyways. Who's the fucking man?
I mean, let's just be real. Let's just be real. We know who the man is.
We do.
And
we simply do.
It's not Sea Lime.
It's not B-Rose either. It was
Casper the Ghost actually won the hot lap challenge.
Casper won it. Where are you guys?
I think we're in Texas.
Oh, you're still in Texas. Okay. Are you still
I
at?
flew into Houston and rode with me to Lone Star.
So you're hanging. You're back at. Okay.
And then he's going straight to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, I pick him up tomorrow night.
Oh, right. You're going to Pro-Am. Then
For the
Matt's
Pro-Am.
Prom. RC
Yeah.
Prom.
Who do you got winning the Pro-Am, Keenan?
I mean, who's going? I haven't looked. You go, and I know that.
Sea
I don't know who's
Lime.
going. That's Brent. He's the race.
Sea Lime. Joey
I know
Bourdon.
Cole's going.
Cole.
You
Matty
win.
Long, Jake Steichler. Jake Steichler has won 2 years in a row.
His team.
Steichler.
Oh, his team. Right. It's a team win. I forgot about that. Shit.
Yeah. So there's definitely.
I'm at a disadvantage. I got to learn. I've been learning the locals. I've been studying. I've been drinking a couple adult beverages with everyone there. Really studying the program.
Right. Because are you doing the draft and all that stuff too?
Yep.
Right.
Big old draft on Friday night. For people
That's
that don't know how the Pro-Am works, the pro drivers get to pick pro, and depending on how many pros we have, maybe some 40-plussers, they get to pick a sportsman and an intermediate. At the end of the weekend, you want to draft people that make it into mains, because at the end of the weekend, you add all the points up of those 3 drivers, and those 3 drivers are who win each of the events or of the podiums on the classes. Everyone wins trophy, obviously, but as far as the group events, it's e-buggy and nitro buggy, top 3 teams. In the pros, there's a little bit of cash on the line for them. So $1,000 to the winner in each class. 2 years in a row in nitro, Team Steichleather has taken it. There's been a couple different winners in the electric buggy. I think Cole won 1 year, and who won it last year? Can't remember who won it last year, but
Was it Tater maybe?
might have been Tater last year. Yeah.
I pitted for that race with no shoes on for Tater.
Yeah.
No shoes and no shirt.
Insane.
Yeah,
remember
you
that.
also slept on logs.
A stack of logs, actually.
Multiple nights.
I'm just hoping,
Multiple
the weather with him bumping up the race, the weather is still nice enough to go to the lake every day.
Oh, it's
afterward.
beautiful. It's perfect.
You slept on logs multiple nights.
Every
Yeah,
night.
2. It was only captured one night by Lance.
All right, I'm out.
All
See you
right.
tomorrow, Brent.
All right. See you tomorrow
Good
night.
luck at the Nationals.
Good luck out there,
You should
fellas.
like, comment, subscribe, Camden Live YouTube channel. Check it out tomorrow. Drop in at 9 a.m. Got some bangers coming up soon. Like, subscribe, follow.
Jesus Christ.
Smack it.
Check out their channels.
Yeah. So whenever you guys get your channels figured out, please post them on Wheel and Trigger. We'll share them for you. Like, holy shit, what just happened? Oh, wow. Keenan.
What's
It
up?
feels like, having you on is great because there's just the knowledge in the way that everybody like interacts. Time just flies, man. We can't let this go 9 months. We've got to get you back on after some big stuff happens. It's awesome, man. It's awesome having you. You're doing
I have
great.
one more question for you. I'm doing the podcast, sir. Your race moving out to Hobby Action. Tell me a little bit about that. Because I haven't spoken to you about that since.
So yeah, Masters of Dirt this year will be in Arizona. My goal is always to have it at places where it's just nice and different. I it's tough because I want it to be what it was and what it is, and I don't know if it ever can be, but I do know that it's a championship event. It's a prestigious title. It's just going to be at another place where people have to, figure out that place's dirt and layout and everything else. But it's going to be the same amount of fun. It's going to be the same amount of energy. Lucas and I are going to bring Masters of Dirt to other locations. So I spoke with Larry Tom after we met at the Chili Bowl. I never even met Larry. We met at the Chili Bowl, talked a little bit, and I thought to myself, like, where else? I mean, there's other tracks that I want to take it to. And I'm hoping that in the future that this can be a traveling race. But this year just made a ton of sense to put it in Arizona, try a little West Coast vibe. But I want to move it around. So I don't want people to think that that's where it's going to stay. I want to work with Larry on making this the best it can possibly be. And whoever we're working with, we want to make it the best it can possibly be on an annual basis, because I want to keep it alive. That race has a lot of meaning to me. The champions that have won that race are all, big time drivers, and we want to keep that format and that championship and those titles, moving. So this year it's at Hobby Action. I'm stoked about it. I can't wait to get out there. I've been wanting. I wanted to go to Worlds last year. I couldn't make it to Worlds last year, or 2 years ago. I guess it's been now. Jeez, it's been so long. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited to go out. I love it out in that area anyways. See all my West Coast friends, do some 10 scale racing and crown some champions, some masters.
Sweet. And I have one question for you, Chase. West Coast, California RC. I see you guys are racing a lot, not just doing his racing again. What's going on? Chris is got he's doing a lot of races at that arena.
Yeah.
You was there. What did you go this past weekend, or was it last weekend?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Dude, it's so sick. As a one-off race that's getting pretty consistent, the spot is amazing. And the dirt's like nothing else we get to race on here in SoCal, other than, I would say, Channel Islands is very close to it. It's high grip, clean, which is nice. Cars are coming off clean and everything, but the event and what Chris puts on with his races they're just fun and amazing, But yeah, I think he's planning on doing 2 races there a year. His A-Main Challenge and the Arena Cross. A-Main Challenge is obviously like the more prestigious one of the two, and the A-Main Challenge is more of just a fun race that's still kind of big type thing. But A-Main Challenge is definitely worth coming out if you can make it out. It's a bigger race for a lot of more pros show up and everything. And this year we had Mayfield, we had everybody, big dudes there. So
yeah,
it was very, very cool, and that venue is unlike any other out here. 100%. It's beautiful facility, absolutely beautiful. And he brings out at least, 3 or 4 food trucks, and done early. There's nightlife around town, it's only 30 minutes from my house. So I love it. I love it. Nice. I'm never gonna miss one there. That's for sure.
You're in prime position for it.
Yeah, it's good, dude. It's super good. And there's camping, and Chris gives away more than he gets every time he puts on a race. So,
hell yeah,
sweet, awesome.
Well, Lefty,
I have fun.
Let's do this again, man.
Sure.
We appreciate you, and keep on keeping on, dude. Your fucking podcast killing it. Even though you got that little dude, that little tyrant, that fucking.
I know. I'm gonna have Wally on tomorrow.
Now,
nice.
Now we're talking some technical fucking geniusness. You know what I mean? Like, and that dude eats meat too. Like, you gotta love a man that actually eats cow. So, fucking A, dude. Let's keep on digging and keep.
Oh man. We trying to get Max to eat meat so much in Spain.
Well,
having your new dude on has been nice.
Will?
The parrot. What the Mayako driver, the new hot shit.
Oh, Pecco?
Pecco.
Hey,
Yeah.
Keenan got a new name for Pecco, dude. The parrot. He does repeat everything JQ says. So
Yeah, no, he's good. I
Pecco's a good
enjoyed.
driver, man.
Oh,
Pecco's
No,
a
he
good,
he's
is,
good.
dude.
And I met him at DNC for a short little moment there at the end of a night. And he seemed like a really cool dude. So
I don't think
yeah.
English is his best. I mean, he speaks English, but probably not as good as Maxon.
They all sound the same. All
I
three.
met
Yeah.
Pecco. Wasn't Pecco at the RCGP in Badlands?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, that's where I met Pecco for the first time, and he is a cool dude, man. He didn't he wear a cowboy hat, or was that his mechanic?
No, that was Ronafalk's Oscar.
Oscar.
He
But
bought a
there
brown
was-
one, and I bought a white one.
Yeah, so I mean that was a good time. But I met Pecco at the Fall Brawl or at the Badlands for RCGP. Cool kid, and obviously he's been putting in the work. Dude is looking great. So
He's fast.
I love
fast.
seeing new people pop up and get into the scene. Like really take the bull by the horn. So we need more of those at these bigger races. People from all over the world. It's so awesome to see. So
Yep.
RC's big, man. I mean, RC's around the world.
Yep.
That's what we need to
And,
realize. It's around the world. And obviously
no matter,
Europe. Huh?
Sorry. No matter who you have on, man, it's always a good podcast with you and all the content you put out and all the work you put in, man.
They're not all bangers. But
but you paved the way for what we're doing,
Yes. All right, fuck.
So thank
cool.
you for everything you do.
Well, I can't do it without people like support from you and Brent and everybody out there who really can do it. I still enjoy doing it, even after 317 shows.
It's a lot, dude.
Yeah.
I've been bored of Chase for 115 shows. We've only done 60.
Yeah.
How about
and
that?
I'm about to record like 2 more tomorrow. I'm like got 2 more lined up for tomorrow, and I got 2 that I haven't even edited up. So,
geez, do you feel like a Axl Rose? Like you just do so many shows. How do you keep track of your voice? Did your voice ever feel like it's worn out or anything?
yeah. After P&B, I was done.
Yeah.
Phew. That was the hardest race I've ever done. P&B was hard. It took me a week to recover from that.
Gnarly.
Yeah. But podcasting's fun. We got some cool podcasts coming out. I need to get some more guests on.
Tell everybody where to find your podcast, because if there's somebody that's been under a rock and they're listening to this show and you don't know who Keenan is and what his podcasts are,
The No Name.
All
right. You can find us on the No Name RC Podcast on YouTube, Facebook. Follow us on Instagram too, because that's what I'm really proud of. I got 47,000 followers on Instagram now.
Holy shit, dude.
Oh yeah.
That's like hard to do nowadays.
Yeah.
Just you know what it was that got like you never know what's going to go viral. I had a video of John Bernard Jr. in his short course truck at North Georgia Shootout. 18 million views.
Wow.
Just a minute and a half of that. So, and that's on Facebook. And that my biggest one is Fend from SIC. It's like 23 million.
Very cool.
That's awesome, man.
Just people getting eyes on RC, man.
Absolutely.
That's all that matters at the end of the day.
Tell everybody what your
Oh yeah, go to Power Wheels Podcast. Just I know you don't go look. Put it on play it. Like go check out episode number 2.
Okay.
Episode number 2 is actually really cool.
Skip number 1. Go straight.
No,
to
one is good.
2.
One is good too. But go check out episode 2 because it's racing, it's drag racing, right?
Ooh.
And the guy, it's actually pretty cool. It's I think it's pretty cool. All of it's pretty cool.
What's wild is it's gonna blow up. It's gonna blow up bigger than any of your RC stuff. This
Probably.
Power Wheel stuff. Yes, 100%.
Probably, and it does go. It probably will.
There's way more
and
people.
good luck
wanting
to you with that.
build super scooters than there are people wanting to race RC cars. So yeah, you got yourself a
We'll see.
Gold mine.
No, I want to take my
Lane,
daughter to a race. That's the goal. Get my
There you
daughter.
go.
We go to a race. Have some fun.
Well, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. Thank everybody for having me on. I appreciate it. And thank you everybody out there for the support with the NNRC and Elite. I can't do it without you guys. Go over to hit that sub button on this channel and my NNRC channel because I'm almost at 7,000 subs. I really want to get that.
It's good promotion. Thank you. We just went over 2,000 last.
It's a grind, dude.
It's a grind.
That's cool. I had no idea any of these numbers, but I love drinking beer on Tuesday nights.
they're really small compared to like my numbers are small compared to somebody like MSN and all that stuff. But we're on a very niche of a niche of a niche.
Yeah.
So we hit the industry pretty hard, I think, and that's good. And we institute change. All of us, all these podcasts, keep them going. The more RC content out there, the better it is.
Absolutely.
So
Right
we
on.
love it all, man. We love you, Lefty. Thank you
Thank
for
you guys.
spending
I
the time
appreciate
with
it.
us. We appreciate it. Thank you to the Peanut Gallery. Thank you to everybody watching and listening tonight. Remember, just like Lefty said, like, subscribe, share our stuff. It helps us get out there. We'll be back in 2 weeks. That will be was that the
2
week
weeks from now?
before Nats? Yeah, it is 2 weeks. But anyways, we will be doing some Nat stuff. I am doing podcasts from Nat. So everybody stay tuned. Appreciate y'all. See you in 2 weeks. Peace.
Have a good night.